Hey, fans, and welcome to the Big Blue Box podcast. My name's Gary.
I'm Maria.
I'm Matt.
I'm Adam.
I'm Harry.
And welcome to the December Roundtable.
Yeah.
Hey, you lot. We hope you are keeping well and safe. We hope you've had a cracking month since the last roundtable and that you've all managed to do something. Doctor
related.
Whoa.
Maria.
Whoa.
He's been on the Red Bull.
Oh, no.
Maria's had a Weetabix this morning. Crikey.
She wasn't messing around there.
I was up for the big one then. I was up for the big build-up. We're all, there's 5 of us on the show this month. Got Adam back. Going to do the big build-up, and Maria's like, no way. Not on my watch.
We haven't got time to waste, have we, Gary?
So, thank you very much. We hope you've done something Doctor-related and that you've managed to watch something or read something. Specifically watching something, there's been a certain spin-off show that's finally started, which has felt like forever since that's come around. But the first 2 episodes of that have finally landed, or docked, or swam up to our shores. Whatever you want to call it, it's fine. I'm not saying anything. I'm not going down the whole pun thing again. It's official that those puns have stopped.
Oh.
Okay, so yep.
He's off already.
No, it's good. It's good.
We should have put a clause in the recording that he wasn't allowed to do any fish puns.
Yeah. I'm good. This is going to be a fantastic episode. We're all fine and dandy here. All good. Right. So let's
What
do
do you
a
say,
little...
Gary? We set sail on the episode.
Oh, we're going to set sail.
No, not you as well, Harry.
I can't help it. I love myself a dad joke. I love them, especially around Christmas. The crackers, they're my favourite bit.
He does, yeah. Oh, Harry, he's just squidding. He's just squidding about. So we'll crack on and we'll see how these guys are. Maria, how are you, darling? How are you since we last caught up?
Yeah, I'm good. I was out and about at the weekend. I was at Riverside Studios. They were doing a screening of Time in the Rani.
Cool.
Not necessarily my favourite McCoy story, but there were some good guests that were in attendance. So Bonnie Langford was there. Wanda Ventham was there. I got a lovely pic with her. We had Andrew Cartmel, Andrew Morgan, the director. Anita Dodson was there as well. So,
cool.
And an actress called Karen Clegg, who played San. So it was a good turnout. Very, very good event, actually, by the DWBTLATS. Started quite late, though. It was on at 2 in the afternoon, so it didn't finish until around 9 o'clock. So it was a bit of a late one, but it was a good event.
Didn't Andrew Cartmel get the award for... What's the award called? You know what it's called.
Yeah, he got the Terence Dix Writers Award, which the DWBTLATS kind of give out every year normally when they do their convention, the Capitol. But I think it was probably well due for Andrew Cartmel. I mean, he's just been so, I think, influential, for the stuff that he did in the 80s. I mean, I think it was such a shame, the show was kind of, starting to find its feet and, and obviously it then finished. But, it was a good run of stories, actually, those McCoy stories, especially the last 2 seasons. So, I think it was well deserved, really, to be honest. And he's done, he's done a lot of writing in the meantime as well. So yeah, I thought, I'm a fan of his, actually, to be honest. I mean, I've seen him at a couple of the Capitol events, and he's an extremely charming man to speak to. So I'm a fan of his anyway. So it was, it was a nice surprise. He wasn't aware it was happening, and Terrance Dicks's sons were there as well. They wanted to say a few words as part of the award giving. So that was really nice as well. So they came down. So that was a nice surprise as well.
Oh, sweet. Sounds like a good day as usual. Over at the old Riverside. Was it Riverside? No.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice. Sounds like a crabulous day. All round. Very good. Harry, how have you been, dude?
Yeah, Gary, I'm not too bad. My discounted Doctor Who books arrived in the post recently, which is very exciting. To follow up from the last episode. So actually, while we were recording, the offer changed. We had a new Sea Devil trailer, War Between the Land and the Sea trailer, and the offer that I was talking about, 3 for £8, it turned into 4 for £10. So naturally, I bought 4. So I bought Dalek by Robert Sherman, his novelisation. He's going to be at the Capitol next year, so I'm hoping to get that signed by him. And the Origin Stories collection that came out recently as well. But most magnificent of all were the essential Terrance Dicks Target novel volumes, which I believe our good friend Adam here has done a review on, an unboxing review type thing on his channel, The Geek's Handbag. Don't forget to remember.
Thanks for the shameless plug.
Absolutely. And they're wonderful books. I was a bit sad that one of them turned up and the dust jacket was nearly completely ripped down the middle.
Oh no.
So I'm wondering if maybe these were just a bunch of books that they had in some storage somewhere and they were in a bit of battered condition and they just wanted to get rid of them. But it would be a bit churlish to complain about that because it was only £2.50 on a book that was originally worth 25 quid or something like that. So I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain at all. And so I'll probably send those over to Father Christmas and ask him to wrap them up for me so that I can unwrap them again on Christmas Day. Because, being an adult, that's the way it works. It's the way it goes.
What you do, mate. Yeah.
But nice. No, I'm all right. Apart from the obvious, the spin-off and the Sea Devils re-edit as well. It was a really fun night. We'll get into all of that. That's kind of it, really. Bit of a quiet one to end the year on, Gary. Yeah.
Nice, very nice. And Matthew, how have you been, good sir? I think it's been a couple of months since you were on the Roundtable.
It has, yeah. Thank you, Gary. It's no good, really, is it? Where have I been? It's almost like life stuff. I thought it was more important, but obviously Doctor Who comes first, as we all know.
Priorities.
Shameful, absolute shameful behaviour.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll do better. But this month, I've been. What have I done? Who related? Not too much, to be fair. Actually, I've been continuing my Dalek build. I took a wee pause on doing those for a while, just as these silly life things got in the way. But I've really got back into that. I've just uncovered the part where you get to see the Dalek mutant, which is massive. You can't really comprehend how big this Dalek is going to be until you see this mutant, and this mutant is just a tiny part of the Dalek, but it's bigger than my hands, and you guys can see my hands. They are some of the biggest hands I've ever seen. And it's just...
He's not lying.
Yeah.
He's not lying.
The Dalek mutant itself is just, it's the attention to detail is brilliant. I gotta say with these, but I just got done with a issue last night that I thought, I'll do quickly before I go to bed. It's not much. It's just a little bit of plastic wiring for the mutant housing. Well, 45 minutes later, lots of swear words said. Plastic wiring is a bit of a bugger, to put together. It must be said. So so anybody that's doing it has probably got to that stage already, because I'm way behind and knows the frustrations that I've had last night. But yeah, I'm really enjoying that on the whole. And aside from that, I am rewatching Series 12, giving that another shot, because I just kind of wanted to watch Future to the Dragoon, but then I thought, why don't I just start from Spyfall and work my way through? So I'm on Praxius at the moment, which I think I've only ever seen once, because I don't remember really enjoying it on transmission. Surprisingly, a lot of this, obviously, I don't want to talk about Orphan 55. My views have not changed. Anybody that wants to know my thoughts on that can go back to a previous roundtable, where I was not shy about my feelings, shall we say. But Praxius, that was much better than I thought it was going to be, and much better than I remember. So it's been quite pleasant doing this sort of rewatch.
Nice. I think Harry did a rewatch of that stuff not too long ago.
I did, yeah. I rewatched all of it sort of in the summer months, and I really enjoyed it. I'm not going to lie. It kind of aged quite nicely, I think. I think away from all of the echo chamber of negativity I think there was around the time from a lot of fans. Yeah. Just kind of binging it all worked really well. It's good. It's good. 13th Doctor era. It's all right.
Yeah.
There are some duds,
cool.
Orphan 55, but, you're going to get that.
I remember on transmission, I really didn't like Nikola Tesla, the episode with Nikola Tesla. This time, really enjoyed it. Really, it's been a standout. So, it's worth anybody that's maybe thinking, I didn't really enjoy Series 12 or Jodie's era that much, just give it another go. See what you think.
Yeah. Nice one, dude. Even if you didn't sort of warm to it the first time round, any fin is possible. Get into it. Yeah.
You're on fire tonight. Wow.
Alrighty. Who's this then? The final member of the round table for this month. You might recognise his voice. You might know him. It's Adam the Geek's handbag.
Hey.
Here he is.
I think we should have a tin, instead of a swear jar, like a tin for every time you make a fish pun tonight, and we can all go out and get smashed on the process. I'm doing good, mate. I'm very jealous, first of all, of the Maria going to the Time and the Rani event, because I think you all know that I've always loved that story, despite its faults. I would have loved to have gone to that, and I would have loved to have heard what they had to say about it as well, because I know Andrew Cartmel, he's always been very honest and said that it's not how he wanted to kick off as producer, and he felt they got better. So yeah, I would have loved to have been at that event, Maria. And I'm also very jealous of Matt's mutant Dalek. He put a picture in the Blue Box WhatsApp chat, and it looks awesome. I tried to get just that one issue, just for that, because I'm not doing that build the Dalek thing, but I wanted just the mutant. But I think a lot of people did, so it's hard to get. Are you a subscriber, Matt? Is that how you got it?
Yes, yeah. So I subscribed just before it began.
Hanging listener.
Sorry,
I thought
the laptop is not working very well. But yeah, so I subscribed just before issue 1. So there's been quite a few little other gifts that they sort of reserve for you as a subscriber that. I'll put it in the Discord, but there was this extra special sort of commemorative coin recently that's come out, and it's all sort of very fancy. I didn't realise that they'd given it to me until I checked my bank, and they charged me another 30 quid for it.
Oh really? Oh wow.
God.
Yeah.
What? Well, I can't wait to see it when in what will it be? It'll be another year's time when you actually get to finish the Dalek. It's going to be cool though, with his wonky mesh head. Unless you manage to get it sorted.
I did eventually.
It does look cool.
Yeah. I haven't really been doing that much Doctor Who related stuff. Actually, I'm still in the US, but I did have quite a moment recently about. A couple of weeks back. There's a shop I like to go to here It's about a 25-minute walk, so I always feel really good for doing a bit of exercise and going there. And occasionally they get 1 or 2 Doctor Who books in there, and I'm always checking the website. And if I see that they've got one in, and this is Target Books, by the way, I'll rush up there and get it, you know. But the other day, or a couple of weeks ago, they had, obviously, a delivery, and they had 3 shelves of Doctor Who Target books delivered, and I have you've never seen me move so fast as I did that day. I raced up there, and I was in there for hours cherry picking, because they were all like $2 each as well. They were so cheap, which is about £1.50. And yeah, I was just going through thinking, putting that one back. Oh, I think I'll get this one, because obviously even at $2 it soon adds up. I think I spent about $50, just checking the other half's not around, $50 or $60 in there, and I got some absolute gems, I tell you. I was so
Are they different covers, Adam? Are they kind of US specific covers, or are they kind of the Target books over here just exported over there?
So the majority of them are the same. A lot of the ones are the same covers, but there was these 3 really odd 6th Doctor covers, and I was like, what are these? These are bizarre, like really, what's that word when something's like a scientist's sci-fi word that I can't think of, but the covers were really cool, right? And they're so unlike the normal covers you get on a book, and I was like, what are these? And I don't know if you remember, but back in the 80s they did these 6th Doctor books where you could choose your own path, so you'd like get to page 12 and then it would say, if you want to go to the forest,
I do remember
page so and so. Yeah, so it was those, and it was but they got completely different covers on them, and they didn't look like Doctor Who books at all, but when you sort of looked closely, it's like, oh yeah, that's the 6th Doctor in some weird room with all these swirls around it. So I picked them up. They're very cool. I've done a video on it. I've just been really slow, like editing as usual, but at some point there'll be a video out and you'll be able to see all the books I picked up. So I'll probably get it out early next year. But yeah, I got some great stuff. I was well chuffed with that.
I just got really excited because I actually own one of the books that you mentioned, Adam. At least I think it is.
Which one have you got?
I can't remember what the name is, but the weird thing about it is that, so it was a choose your own adventure thing. And it was the 6th Doctor and Perry on the front cover. And as I was reading it, giving it a go kind of thing, it transpires that Harry Sullivan is also one of the main characters. And I was okay. 6th Doctor, Perry and Harry Sullivan? What's going on here? Turns out it was originally written as the 4th Doctor, Sarah Jane and Harry Sullivan. But they rewrote it because at the time it was around the 6th Doctor's era, so they wanted to make it more current, and they couldn't really unwrite Harry Sullivan out of it. So it's it's an interesting little bit of merchandise. It's a little bit of an oddity. I have to look up the name. I can't remember it, but yeah.
That might explain why one of them, because I know I had these as a kid. I've still got 3 of them. One of them's got K9 in it, and that might be why then. So perhaps that might even be the one you're talking about. But yeah, I didn't manage to get the US version of that particular book, because I just remember loving that as a kid. I'd love to see like this cover with the reimagined K9 on it, or whatever the artist would have done, but yeah, they didn't have that one. I can't think what it's called either, but I know the one you mean.
They sound awesome.
I have to go and get it. I'm going to nip in the other room and just grab it, just so I can get the name for you. But
all right.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Go on. It sounds like you've done a couple of little Who things while you've been over there.
Oh, yeah.
Which is good. When the old geek shops get restocked and all the shelves, make sure you don't pull a muscle when you're looking through for all the toys. But in terms of just reminding you guys about Adam's channel, The Geek's Handbag, we normally do this, of course, over on the regular show. But some very cool videos that Adam has dropped over the last couple of months to do with Doctor Who. You've got the 10th Planet vinyl set. You've got the Doctor Who John Pertwee collection, the vinyl box set. You've got the Moonbase vinyl, and you've got the Last Voyage vinyl. So loads of vinyl stuff. And if you go back, obviously, through Adam's channel, there's tons and tons of very cool Doctor Who stuff. So don't forget to remember to head over to YouTube and subscribe to The Geek's Handbag.
That's it. Thanks for that shameless plug. 2 shameless plugs in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's worth coming back on for.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, free marketing. And in terms of Time in Irani, I will say once again, every time this story gets mentioned, 99% of people will say, yeah, the story's pretty weak and it's not It's not great. I don't disagree, but I will say one thing. I'm a big sucker for the soundtrack by Kev McCulloch.
Oh, yes.
I do think that's a really nice, very cool soundtrack.
Do you know, bizarrely, I've got that. I've got the download of that, and like on your phone, most of the stuff's in the cloud, but there's sort of like some songs that you've actually downloaded to your phone. So, because I've been flying quite a lot recently, it'll only play stuff on my phone that's downloaded. And the amount of times I've been like on a flight or on a coach or somewhere where I haven't got like any signal or internet or whatever, and a track from that soundtrack comes on because it's the only thing that's actually downloaded on my phone. It's so funny. It's like, I found myself on a sort of coach with that playing, going, The Brain, or, the Rani Returns, or whatever the track is. It's just brilliant. I love that soundtrack. Very 80s, a lot of orchestra hit sounds on it. Very cool.
Yeah. No, it's very cool. Alrighty. That's the catch up done and out the way. It's we are finished with the catch ups, etc. We're going to dive into the main thing.
Gary. Quick.
Hold on. Whoa. Oh, he's got it.
Doctor Who and the Rebels Gamble. That's what it's called. Did you see this one, Adam?
I have never seen that book before. No, that looks awesome. I love the cover on that.
He may not.
No, I've never seen that book before, mate. I love the cover on that.
No.
Oh. Yeah,
Wow.
they hide the fact that Harry Sullivan's in it, don't they? Yeah, it's a weird one. But
that's not the one I was thinking of.
Oh, okay. This one's a strange one because you actually have to roll two die, actually, in order to make choices. So you don't actually choose your own adventure. The die chooses it for you. But it's really interesting. I might write an article about this at some point because it's it's just a unique bit of merch. So yeah.
What's it actually called, that book?
Doctor Who and the Rebels Gamble, a solo play adventure game.
Cool.
So yeah.
Storytelling innovation.
Yeah, I think I was going to say, I think we need an audiobook version of from Harry now.
I'll have to record all the different strands.
That would be cool.
Yeah. I'd love that,
indeedy.
actually. That'd be cool. Yeah.
Cool. Before we crack on, actually, with Waterlandsea, we've given Adam's the Geek Sandbag a bit of a plug. Let's plug these guys' stuff as well. So the last couple of months or last few months, Matt has been quite busy on the Discord. If you want to hop into the Discord, Matt often posts the big merch news in there. So he did a rundown of the last Blu-ray set announcement, season 21, yes, and then some other cool bits on there before. Over on the blog, Harry did a review of the Rose and Ninth Doctor set, the last days of the Powell Estate. That was really cool. We got loads of retweets and everything on that one. Which is very cool. Yeah.
Cool.
Maria did a review of the screening at Riverside for the Ark, which is very cool. And she also did the rundown for the Terror of the Zygon screening at the BFI. That was a good one. And before that, she also did the Big Finish review of the Dark Gallifrey Master Series. That was part 2 from Big Finish. And lastly, let's not leave out Jordan. Jordan's last review. He's very busy at the minute with university and stuff, but he did a review of the Sixth Doctor story, Sixth Doctor Adventures from Big Finish, and that was Bad Terms, which is a Sixth Doctor and Perry story. So lots going on the whole Big Blue Box socials, Discord, blog, everything. It's all good. So make sure you are... And of course, the podcast episodes as well. Make sure you're following or subscribing so you don't miss out on those as they land. At least once every month, there's an episode from the Big Blue Box, whether it's these guys on the Roundtable or something else, a news roundup, whatever it might be. And we're on the socials too. The links on the website. Give us a like and a follow over there as we chat plenty of Doctor Who. As I said, there's Discord server as well. Loads of chat going on in there. Pretty busy the last couple of days on the War Between the Land and the Sea channel, which is good. So some opinions knocking around in there. And let's do a third one. Don't forget to remember to check out the Geek's Handbag over on YouTube.
Hey!
There we go.
Very nice.
Alrighty. The main theme of the December Roundtable is going to be a look at the war between the land and the sea that dropped on Sunday. Plus, we'll do a very quick chat on for those of you that watch the new edit of the Sea Devils that went out just before it. So in the UK, that was on BBC Three, the John Pertwee story, and then straight away over on BBC One, and on iPlayer, you can check out the first 2 eps of the war betwixt the land and sea. Before we crack on, Harry, have you seen all this? Before we go down this rabbit hole again. Oh, I've not seen that.
Yes, Gary, I have seen
right.
it. I have
Perfect.
seen both episodes, yes.
Cool. Perfect. Maria, what have you seen, if any? I know you.
Well, because I was gadding about on Sunday, I've only just caught up with the war between the land and the sea, or surf and turf, as we're really calling it. So I watched episode 1 last night, and I've watched episode 2 today. Unfortunately, I haven't had time to look at the Sea Devils new edit, the 90-minute special. So I'll catch up with that at some point. But yeah, I think there's enough to talk about on the 2 episodes we're going to be looking at anyway.
Cool. Okay. Oh, perfect. Matt, you've seen both eps, right? I think.
Both episodes, yeah. I saw
Yep.
them last night, but not the edit. I haven't had a chance yet. But I'd love to hear what you guys thought of it.
Ad, did you manage to watch them where you are in the US?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, and
cool.
I watched the Sea Devils edit as well. In fact, I watched that first. I watched the Sea Devils edit, and then I dived in, no pun intended, into the war between them. I didn't even say that on purpose.
Not intended.
It's
Here
just
we go.
no. It's just you've got it in my head. Yeah, I dived into both episodes of that the following night, so it actually flowed quite well. It's quite a nice way to do it. So I don't know if we're going to talk about the Sea Devils edit, are we? But I just want to say I enjoyed it. I'm not a big fan of these episodes being chopped down, particularly, but I have to say, and especially in a story that I really love, the Sea Devils, I have to say I thought it was a good edit of it, as an alternate, for somebody who might not want to sit through all. It's a 6-part, right? Mm-hmm. Always lose track with Pertwee. Sometimes he throws a sneaky 7, but yeah, I thought for perhaps people who are new to the story, it had a sort of a much faster pace to it, obviously, and yeah, I thought it was a really good edit, I have to say, and the new music worked quite well with it, because that's one of the other things that I absolutely love Marquez, but I have to say some of the music on some of the other edits have been a bit jarring, mixing in with the older music, and I thought in this one it worked pretty well. So yeah, it's a good edit, and obviously we'll get on to our opinion of the new spin-off.
Nice one, dude. Who else has seen it? Harry and Matt. You guys. Yep. No, not Harry. Not Matt. Harry. Sorry. Jesus. What did you think? Just a couple of minutes on this. What did you think of the edit?
Yeah. So it was a good. I think you said, Gary, it was a good sort of warm up for the spin-off. It was a good appetizer for sure. And yeah, it was a nice little treat. It was largely inoffensive. I think the problem with these edits is that they're not really edited very well, I don't think. Like, I think a lot of these recent ones that have been done by Benjamin Cook, and particularly, it was very noticeable in this one. There was a lot of the dialogue of the next scene starting at the end of the previous scene to just chop a random second here and there, and I really don't like that. And I also didn't there was one shot where I noticed they actually fast forwarded it, and I thought, that looks really bad. I really don't like that. But other than that, it was, the Sea Devils is already a really good story, and To be honest, more so than the stuff with the Sea Devils, I really enjoyed the stuff with the Doctor and the Master in that story, particularly their little fencing duel. And I'm really glad they pretty much didn't cut any of that out, because it's one of my favourite scenes in the story. I really enjoyed it, and I liked the way that they mixed the music in. They didn't completely do away with the music of the original, which I really like. I know it's a little bit silly goofy kind of vibe, but I really love it. I think it's a lovely score, and that was the most seamless part of it, actually, the way they sort of blended the modern and the old music. So yeah, as an alternative, as a little bit of a treat, it was all right.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure when Matt and Maria, when you guys have seen it, we'll have a quick chat on the next one, just to get your thoughts on that. Whether it's any good or not, that's up for debate. We'll see on that one. Right, let's dive into the spin-off then, the one that we've been waiting for a while. Adam and I have been talking about this, it feels like, for at least a year and a half, or something like that, 2 years on all the podcast episodes. Like, yeah, and don't forget, when this buggers off, we've got the war between land and sea to insert whatever here. Look forward to, not look forward to, whatever. Because we have to remember, and we all picked up on, didn't we, in the last roundtable, that this is still a Russell T Davies created, produced, partly written by thing. And we've not been the biggest fan of some of his stuff of late. So it was a bit of a risk going into it. So, Maria, let's go to you first, because I'm so interested to see what you thought of it, because I think you, out of all of us, I think it's fair to say you were the biggest skeptic, I think, on this one. So, Maria, hit us. What were your thoughts on it?
Whatever makes you think that I'm a skeptic, Gary. I mean,
I know. What gave it away? The fact that you just said it would be an absolute pile of beep. Maybe that was the giveaway.
Well, I had my doubts about this. I'll be honest about you. I mean, I'll be honest with you, because like I said to you before, I'd kind of lost faith in Russell T Davies and the quality of his writing. What I will say is I'm not saying that this was the best bit of television that I've ever seen, but it was definitely much better than anything that we've had in the main show, I think. Tonally, I loved some of the darker pieces in it. It was interesting because, as I say, I watched episode 1 last night, which was written by Russell T Davies, and then I watched the second episode, which is written by Pete McTeague, today. So I think there's definitely a difference in the 2 episodes. I think the first episode was really suspenseful, and I really enjoyed some of the visuals on it as well. I think. I mean, I don't know where they filmed it, but I mean, it looked fantastic wherever they did film it. You can see, obviously, there's been a lot of money spent on it visually. I'm kind of, you can tell it's a Russell T Davies production because there are some familiar things in it, in terms of some of the themes of it. So, you've got an alien that they need to negotiate with. You've got building a tank for the aliens. I'm just trying to think what else there was. There were some other things that I kind of picked up. The fact that they have to negotiate with the creatures, and that kind of took me back a little bit to Children of Earth. But aside from that, I thought it was actually a good piece of television. I did enjoy it. I'm still not 100% sold on Russell Tovey. There's still something about him that he's not my favourite actor. And there were some things in it that I didn't like, but the design on the Sea Devils is actually fantastic. I really enjoyed the way they looked, how aggressive they are as well. I mean, they really made them aggressive. That first scene with the fisherman, you really got a sense of threat from them. And I love that scene where they took back that dead sea devil, and they killed the two unit soldiers. I mean, that was really kind of, I really enjoyed that. It's so dark. I think the bits that let it down for me are the domestic bits, if I'm honest. When Russell Tovey is with his family, his ex-wife and the child. I can't remember the name of his child. I mean, that child doesn't look 16. If she's meant to be 16, she looks about 25, to be honest. But and there was a little bit of all that domestic angst that I didn't like. I think it kind of slowed the action down in the story, and I wasn't convinced in that dynamic. I think the domestic bits are the bits that let it down. But in terms of the rest of it, what I do like is we've got Unit up on the global stage again, which I think is quite nice, because I don't think Unit has felt very strong in the last few years in the main show. So I think it was quite nice that they're back on that global stage, which I think is important for them. But then on the flip side, you've got them employing somebody like Barclay, and he goes out in a case of mistaken identity to go and investigate these sea devils. So, you either think Unit's really incompetent, they're still not getting their admin right, are they? What else? Kate and Ibrahim, it's not, I mean, I suppose it's nice to see a little bit of background for Kate and Ibrahim, but there's nothing in there that makes me kind of invest in their relationship or what's going on with them. I don't think it's that important. I'd rather kind of see a bit more with the aliens. I think the character of Salt is really intriguing. Excellent performance by the actress, to be fair. I think she's one of the best things in it. So there's lots of positives. There's a few negatives for me. I'm intrigued by the cliffhangers that we've got. I think I'm intrigued to see what happens in episode 3 and going forward. I did have some concerns about how they fill 5 hours with this. They seem to be doing okay. I mean, I hope that the action kind of speeds up a little bit, and that we're not kind of, it doesn't kind of slow down in that respect. But yeah, I was impressed with certain things of it. I think we can see there's been a lot of money spent on it, and it looks fantastic. I love the incidental music as well. I think it really suits the tone of the mini-series. I think that works really well by Lorne Bell. I mean, there's loads of other things that I can say, but overall, I think it's a positive for me.
Wow. Maria, you've surprised me. And I think you've surprised the world who's listened on that. Well, I honestly thought you were going to say, Garry, I can't do this anymore. I cannot come on the podcast and say how beep it was. It's just going to bring everything down. It's going to bring the mood down, and nobody needs that. But no, you've, that was, I agree with you about the music as well. Actually, I strongly agree with 2 things you said. The music is very, very good. They've already dropped that on Spotify and Apple Music and stuff. I've listened to that a few times around. It's really, really nice, good music. And I hate saying this. I really, really do. But I kind of wish that Murray went down this road with the style of music for shooty stuff. Anyway, that's another story. And also, yes, you can tell a mile off that they've ploughed every last penny of the Disney deal, money that they had, they've ploughed into it because, I mean, the location stuff was very cool. Like you said, they have done a bit of location work. They were on location in Mallorca.
Oh,
they did a bunch of stuff there.
Yeah, no, it looked amazing. That bit where the sea devils first appear on the seashore. I mean, that looked absolutely amazing. To be fair,
It did.
And and maybe that's where the main series, I kind of said this before, I think the main series went wrong in that they didn't spend the money in the right places, I mean, obviously going out on location for this story has, really helped the atmosphere of it and kind of, it's just so far so good. I mean, we've still got 3 episodes to go, so, let's see.
Wow, very cool. Very cool. Right, who wants to go next with their thoughts on anything just in general, or if you've got anything specific you want to bring up about stuff? Matt, go on. He's got his eyebrow up. Here we go. Matt, hit us. Not physically, because you're strong now, but vocally. What are your thoughts?
I'll be honest, I came into this, I remember saying a few roundtables ago that I kind of, after the final, because I did not enjoy the last season and then the final happened. Really didn't enjoy that, and then was just kind of really lackluster, like feeling wise, about this spin-off. And it just, I don't know whether it was the marketing or something like that, but it didn't have me excited. And I just wasn't really looking forward to it all that much. So going into it, I didn't know what to expect. Watched the first 2 episodes last night, so nice and fresh. And just when you think that they might be onto a good thing, they are. They are indeed.
Oh, see how he reeled us in there.
Phew.
Yeah.
Nice one, dude.
I got to say, I was so pleasantly surprised. And I did see, because I watched this a day after transmission, and I saw a lot of positive things, and I was hopeful. I was like, just cautiously hopeful, and I really wanted to love it. And yeah, it so far surpasses anything that we've seen in the last couple of years, in my opinion. And it's just obviously everyone's got a different opinion, but for me it was like, this is how they did it. This is how they've remembered how to make it good again, and cut all of that unnecessary crap out and just get to the good storytelling. And this was, you don't feel like you're missing the Doctor. You don't, like, even the little mentions of the Doctor, you think, oh yeah, of course, it's a Doctor Who spin-off. I forgot about that because I'm so invested in what's happening right now. I loved how the music builds the tension perfectly, and it's something that I find we haven't had in a long time with Murray's music, because it's so bombastic and it's so over the top most of the time, whereas this was quietly building. It's like reading a really good thriller book where it just quietly builds in the background until you don't even know it, but you're on edge. You're waiting for something to happen, and you're right there. Your heart's sort of a bit elevated. It's so I really enjoyed that, and the performances I thought were fantastic, really, really strong. Especially from I'll have a go, but is it Gugu Mbatha-Raw?
Gugu Mbatha-Raw.
Mbatha-Raw, sorry. But yes, absolutely fantastic assault. And the prosthetics for the new Sea Devils, brilliant. Such a good change, because quite often you find that they come to update a classic, and dare I mention Sutek? Ooh, but with the Sea Devils, it just they've done it to perfection. It looks great. They all look great, apart from the CGI fish. That they were kind of like, I watched this with my missus, and if anyone likes Harry Potter, I said, it's like they're Draco Malfoy in the middle, and they've just brought in Crabbe and Goyle on the side. They're like the hired henchmen. You know what I mean? They do nothing, but they look beefy.
That's a very good point, mate. Yeah.
So I wasn't sure on that, but I thought Russell Tovey absolutely sold me to Barclay. I think he's like, he is the perfect sort of everyday man, or what do they call it, an everyman, where you can't help but root for him. I think like Maria said, I think the only thing I found annoying was some of the family scenes. Not really with their daughter. I think it's more with the ex-wife. As I also said to my missus, "Whoa, you can see why she's an ex." It's it wasn't hard to see where that went down the pan, really. I just didn't warm to her at all. I think episode 1 did a great job, and then episode 2 just built perfectly on what was already there. In all honesty, I think episode 2 was probably a lot stronger than episode 1, especially with the mad rubbish storm. I thought that was perfect, and I was thinking, if I was in their position, I'd have done the exact same thing. You can't blame them. You know, you've woken up from millions of years, and look what we've done to your home. Give it back. Yeah, absolutely. I'm 100% with them. So yeah, so pleasant. I could talk more about it, but I'll give my jaw a rest and let somebody else have a go at talking. But really pleasantly surprised. Didn't think I was going to like it, and I'm so invested.
Cool. Another positive one. Nice one, dude. Ad, glad that you had the opportunity to watch it where you are. Hit us, dude. Hit us, man. What do you reckon?
Hold on one sec. I think my computer was cracking up there. I may have missed a fish pun. But no, I think after the last 2 seasons, mate, my enthusiasm for this had dropped off a cliff. I really wasn't excited for it at all. But I have to echo what the other guys have said. I was very pleasantly surprised. I really enjoyed the first episode. I thought it set out the stall very nicely, kind of dived straight into the story. I thought the production values looked fantastic. You can definitely see where that Disney money has finally been spent. And tonally, it's exactly what I would have liked to have seen Doctor Who more be like in the last 2 years. I think a few people have said that. So I think when I say pleasantly surprised, that's what I mean. I didn't know if this was just going to be more of what we've had from season 2. It's not. It's a completely different tone, taking itself much more seriously, much more the sort of sci-fi program that I want to be watching. So yeah, it was good. I think the second episode was good as well. There was a lot of dialogue though. I watched this with my partner. I always, as I've said before in the podcast, like to gauge a show with him because I treat him as the casual viewer. So he definitely was invested in episode 1. I could feel him drifting off during the second episode. He actually said something along the lines of a lot of negotiating in that episode. And I was like, yeah, it didn't push the story forward that much. And I agree with what Maria was saying about scenes with the Barclay's family and the Kate Stewart and whatever his name is scenes. I was like, I was bored during those scenes. I did feel like they... I just want to get on with the Sea Devil storyline, and I am intrigued to see where it goes. I'm wondering how they can wrap this story up, if you know what I mean. It's it is the Sea Devils are the good guys, really. We're the ones who have destroyed the planet. They're in the right, but we can't obviously have them taking over the Earth. So we're assuming at some point they're going to get obliterated, and the man will be victorious, which is sort of the inevitable outcome, but the wrong outcome. So I'm intrigued to see where the story goes and how they handle, the subject matter. But yeah, I enjoyed it, mate. And as I said, I wasn't bothered about watching this at all. The promotion for it's done nothing for me. So I don't know if I went into it with low expectations, but I immediately liked the tone of it, the difference in tone from Doctor Who. And I think I was listening to a live stream the other day where they were saying about the difference in tone between this and the Doctor Who we've had for the last 2 seasons. And they were saying what really highlights that is if you imagine Shooter's Doctor turning up in this show, he would feel very out of place. And I think that sums it up for me. You know, if he was to suddenly waltz in and be like, hey, sea devils, get back in your cave, babes, and all this sort of thing, it doesn't work. And I'm much more for this sort of darker tone. This is how I want Doctor Who to be. So, yeah, it definitely gets the thumbs up from me. I'm not going to go crazy and say it was amazing. It wasn't. It was just enjoyable and good. And I hope it can sustain that. Are you laughing at my shooting impression? Oh. It wasn't meant to be nasty. It's just I'm just trying to sum up.
No, it was really good. I was taken aback at how good that was.
Man.
Okay, but. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't want to get ahead of myself, mate. I don't want to say this is amazing because I want to see how the rest of the series lands. I want to see how they manage to wrap up this story. I don't think we can have another 2 episodes of just chatting. We need something to happen now. Like they've set up the story and it needs to progress. I like the fact we're potentially going to go beneath the sea for the next episode. That sounds like it's a change up. So that's cool. And just very lastly, mate, I'm absolutely getting Children of Earth vibes from this. I mean, there is a lot of similarities. You know, if you think about the thing in the tank, and a lot of that story was Earth negotiating with it. So it's, you know, it's not exactly the most original thing from Russell and his team, but, you know, I let it off. I found it entertaining.
I see. Nice, man. So another positive one, mostly. I think we've all been pleasantly surprised so far. Harry, you old bean. What did you think to Homo Aqua and Plastic Apocalypse?
Oh, Bean. The war between the land and the sea.
I think that's the one we're talking about.
The land and the sea.
I think so.
More like the pretty good time between the land and the sea, gotta be honest. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, Gary. Yeah.
Okay.
Again, also pleasantly surprised, and there's so much I could say about it. But I thought that it was really entertaining, real kind of edge of your seat stuff. It's a solid drama, which kind of has its place like prime time Sunday night on BBC One. It didn't feel out of place, even though it's an out and out Doctor Who spin-off, and you had a few mentions of the Doctor sort of here and there, and I still don't really like the unit characters. I also kind of feel like Kate and Ibrahim have no chemistry, so that's just strange. But other than that, I thought it was really solid, and I
got
loved.
A bit frisky though. For a bit.
Yeah, it was a little bit. Yeah,
I was like, oh, we're back to Torchwood days, are we?
Yeah.
Crikey.
It wasn't quite as full on as that, but it was a bit like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. But
that there was a large population of women around Gemma Redgrave's sort of age range who were just fist like pump in the air, like, go on, Kate, go on, you get some, girl, go on.
Yeah, sure. To each their own. But yeah, the standout scene for me was the titular plastic apocalypse, when all of the plastic came raining down. I mean, it makes total sense. Like, the Sea Devils going like, if you want it back, if you're really serious about it, then you can blummin' have it. And I just thought that was excellent. And that was kind of political allegory done right. I thought it was really affecting, and it kind of made me feel like, I mean, I try to recycle as much as possible, but I think I was rinsing out a milk carton or something yesterday, and I thought, yeah, I better put that in the recycling. Yeah, otherwise I feel kind of bad about it. But yeah,
well, it's been educational for you, if nothing else.
Yeah, for sure. No, I really liked it, and I really like the newer characters. I think Russell Tovey's character in particular is a bit. He seems a bit more like a normal bloke than a lot of the characters in the sort of Whoniverse don't feel like real people. And I know it's a science fiction show, and I know that the Doctor's a Time Lord and all the rest of it. So we're kind of stretching the bounds of realism a little bit.
Are they though? Should we go down that road? Are they though?
Well, I mean, yeah. No,
don't open that tin of mackerel.
But
unit don't have a great track record in terms of employing people. I mean, come on, let's be honest. I mean, they employ kids,
Yeah.
they employ people that don't have the right skills. They employ aliens that come and go as they please. I don't know. The unit are kind of a bit in a mess at the moment, aren't they? Really?
You should work for the Maria. You should sort them out. Get them into shape.
Maria, HR.
Do you
right.
know what? I do work in HR. I'd sort them out in 2 minutes. I'll tell you that.
You'd make sure the right taxis were booked.
Right.
One question for you guys. I don't know about you guys, but before I watched it, I kind of had a bit of an inkling before that we would have some political stuff going on, whether it would be sort of around climate change or around pollution and all that stuff, a combination of those things. Do you guys think that they got the balance right with that, or was that too on the nose, or not, the message not strong enough?
I thought it was perfect for me personally. I know a few people have found it to be a bit heavy-handed, but I didn't really feel like that, to be honest. I mean, I suppose it makes a point of that being kind of central to the plot. It's not kind of extraneous. They've not shoved it in. It doesn't feel like I don't like to use the term, but it doesn't feel like a political agenda kind of thing. It feels integral to the story and to the narrative and to the conflict. Mm-hmm. So I thought it worked really well.
It's really...
Yeah, because when we've had this in... Sorry, Maria. When we've had this in the main show before, it's always got massive criticism because it's felt like the Doctor's kind of preaching at you through the screen when they've gone on their little rants or speeches and stuff. But yeah, sorry, Maria, go on.
No, I was going to say, I actually wrote down in my book when I was making my notes and said, is this message too heavy-handed? Because I was kind of thinking, well, I think the bit that was heavy-handed was when Barclay kind of broke out from the script that he had, and he was kind of saying, oh yes, we have done all these things wrong, and he was trying to justify everything to Saul. I thought that was a little bit heavy-handed, but the scenes with all the rubbish kind of coming back to us in terms of raining from the sky, I thought was actually, because what you want to do is you want to show it rather than tell it, and I think it's a difficult balancing act, because I think sometimes when things come out of characters' mouths, they have to sound natural, and when Barclay was saying all of that stuff, that felt heavy-handed to me, because I didn't feel that even if you were somebody that was breaking away from the script in terms of what your government or your advisors are asking you to do, you wouldn't necessarily say all of that. That didn't feel natural to me. But the visual image of all the rubbish coming back, that actually felt right in terms of, we could see it and we understood what it meant. So I think it's a difficult balancing act, to be honest. I mean, there was a few bits of clunky dialogue that I didn't like. Just as we're kind of talking about was it heavy-handed? The bit about, there was a bit of script from is it the Colonel? And he said, when they were talking about the sea devils,
KFC.
Yeah, and he said in mythology and superstition we call them sea devils, but we are better than that now. So that again, that feels a bit heavy-handed to kind of say that. Obviously, they're changing the name of the monster. So that felt a little bit heavy-handed.
Yep.
There's bits in the script sometimes that just feel a bit heavy-handed.
Okay, that was going to be my next question to you guys after this, was what you guys thought of the internal reference to these characters now as not sea devils by the characters within the program, but as Homo Aqua. They played on that a little bit in the script, didn't they, where there was a bit of back and forth, like, yeah, probably shouldn't call them that anymore. Let's call them this thing. I think you just plucked it out of the air at the time. But yeah, any more thoughts on the political stuff or the naming for these things, guys?
I think overall it's been handled pretty well. I gotta say, that's one of the things I was worried about, that it was going to be, really over the top, like preachy. But I think what Harry said is true. This is a storyline about that, so it doesn't feel like it's shoehorned in with other stuff. This is about a race rising up and saying, look what you've done to our world. Just because we're under the sea, we're still part of your planet, and there's no consideration for what you're doing, and you've got to, there are consequences. So I think it doesn't feel too in your face. Some of the dialogue is a bit clunky, without a doubt, but it all fits in with the narrative, and I think. What it's done is it has highlighted how we all, or the government or whoever, quite often will say one thing, but they don't really mean it. It's kind of just put out there to quiet them down, and the Sea Devils are having none of it, and that's what I like, is this dynamic of, what do you mean it's going to take you 40 years? You're going to do it now, and that's something we face in real life, isn't it? Oh, we're going to bring in this legislation, but it's going to take 10 years to act and all this sort of stuff. Why?
I love the bit with the glass as well, where it sort of says, "Oh,
she told him to drink the water."
Drink the water, yeah.
That was a really good example. That
anyone that knows of the condition of the water in the Thames would have been absolutely reaching at that point.
I was thinking, he's not going to drink it, is he? It's not going to cut to him in the back of an ambulance in a minute, being rushed off to jail.
You know what? The shame is that the Thames actually used to be very clean at one point, because they did clean it up. And I can't believe that it's kind of brown sludge again. It just, So
I blame the Scarrison, Maria.
He was travelling up the Thames, and he was leaving a few nice deposits.
He needed
He couldn't wait to get back to Scotland,
Yeah. When you got to go, you've got to go.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah. And so I think overall then, we're all sort of a mix of, this is not going to win like, this is our best world of Doctor Who thing at the moment. However, it's off to a reasonably good start.
Oh, definitely.
We're all reasonably happy and certainly not massively disappointed anyway. So that's very cool. Last thing I just wanted to get some thoughts on before we wrap up is we've mentioned some of the characters and the dialogue being clunky and that kind of thing. Some of the episode titles for the future ones look quite cool. The next one being called The Deep. So at the end of episode 2, Salt basically says, look, if you're serious about compromise and all this stuff, then you need to show some good faith sort of thing. So how about the next round of negotiations, you come down to where we are? So I think the next episode's going to be a very visual effects heavy, underwater, all that stuff. And then the one after that is called The Witch of the Waterfall. So I won't talk about the last episode or predictions for that, which is called The End of the War, which sounds very... Oh, man. That to me sounds like a doctor turns up at the end and wraps it all up in a neat little bow to me. So I'm hoping that's not the case. But certainly the next 2 episodes, they sound very interesting. I've got like Star Wars Episode 1, Phantom Menace, Gungans underwater, all that sort of vibe in my head for the next one. And then The Witch of the Waterfall sounds so interesting. I can't wait for that. So is there anything that you guys are particularly looking forward to for the next couple of eps coming up? Or similarly, is there anything that you're thinking, please don't do that? Please, whatever you do, don't go down this road or don't go down that. Is there anything that so I guess my question is there any one thing at least you're looking forward to? And is there anything that you're hoping that they don't do? Matthew.
I would probably say to not do. Just like you said, I would not want to see any sort of form of the Doctor, especially in the final, coming in. You guys, I'll come in, swoop in, save the day, like they did with Class. Sort of just pop in, save the day. Oh, I'm off again. Like it was no big threat if the Doctor was there. You've made this into this like multinational diplomatic crisis that I could have just gone like, wave my Sonic and it would be,
Yeah.
be fine. So I don't want to see any of that. The only thing that I think, if they were to do that route, the only possible thing that I can think of that would make it, still I wouldn't want to see it, but okay, is if you just hear the TARDIS landing and then just take off again. Just, no, they got this. They got this. I don't need to be here. But I still wouldn't want any of it, really. I think they're doing fine on their own. Not seeing this weird relationship vibe going too deep with Salt and Barclay. It kind of feels like they're running along that flirty line. I don't really want
I'm telling you now, he's going to go and live under the sea, mate. I'm telling you now. Those
be
two
an
are getting
Avatar.
hooked up under the sea. It's going to under the sea. It's going to happen.
He's going to become Mr. Ariel, isn't he? But he's. I don't know. I don't really want to see that. I think the story holds enough weight without that in it. I think in quite different opinion to everyone else, I quite liked the Kate and Colonel Ibrahim scenes. I thought that was just enough of a pause from the action to just let the show breathe a little bit without it feeling too slow. It didn't last too long. Give a bit of a whoop, Kate got some, well done. You're not a robot, but at the end of the day, it didn't really affect the story too much for me. So I quite like that, and I wouldn't mind seeing how their unit. They say to Barclay, right now we're going through every single second that you've ever lived, sort of thing. But they still can't work out that Kate Stewart and Colonel Ibrahim are, shacking up. And then come in separately, just, oh yeah, nice to see you here. What a coincidence, sort of thing. Their unit, they know. So it would be nice to see that progress a little bit more, I think. But I think aside from that, I'm just really excited to see where it goes. I want to see it handled by humanity and not so much the staring at the camera directly telling us that we're bad people, showing us what we've done wrong, sort of thing. That was the pivotal thing, and I think they mostly got it right. Like you were saying, the only time that I thought, oh god, here we go, it's Russell again, was when Russell Tovey stared at the camera and went, yeah, we've been really stupid. We're all just stupid. And I was like, here we go, Russell's. You can hear the clacking of his keyboard going, ha 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 ha. But it swiftly, that scene was over and done with. The rest of it, really nicely handled. I want to see more of that. I just don't want this to flop, basically, because it's got such a strong start. Just ride it out as it's been going.
Yeah, nice one, dude. I'd be a bit miffed if I was Ibrahim, because they've done the business, and then she's straight back on her laptop, paperwork all over the bed. I'm like, what is this? This is not the office, love. Yeah, when you're here, we are equals. Yeah, I don't put all of my security guard stuff out on the bed, and start doing all that. So bugger off to the shed if you're going to do that. Yeah. Also, last things bear in mind, guys, before we move on. Technically, I don't know when this falls in the timeline. Can't remember. But technically, there is a Doctor, isn't there? We've got David Tennant version 2.
Yeah, where is he,
having
Gary?
a cup of tea.
Where is he, Gary?
Cup of tea and crumpets.
Just don't think about it.
Yeah, so this whole thing's, the whole world's going absolutely beep, beep. And we do have a Doctor in London. So
with a TARDIS.
With a TARDIS and a sonic screwdriver and thousands, if not millions of trillions of years of history with all this stuff. I don't know whether it's worth going down that rabbit hole. I don't know, but that's just something to bear in mind, peeps. Russell, come on.
RTD will never live this down. You know that. Writing himself into that corner. He's never going to live it down.
Yeah.
It will come up every time. Where is the 14th Doctor?
Yeah.
I think Matt, you might get your wish with episode 3 because it's written again by Pete McTeague or McTighe.
Cool. Yeah.
So I think you're going to get more relationship stuff. So I think you might be happy. I might not be, but you might be. I want to see more adventure. If it's called The Deep, I want to see that adventure. I want to see Barclay going down in a diving bell. However they're going to get him down to the bottom of the ocean. I don't want to see this romance between Salt and Barclay though. You remember I was talking about my goldfish the other week. So I think that's a no-no for me. Hopefully we won't see any of that. But
oh no.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get to episode 5 if that's the way it's going to go. But yeah, I am intrigued by the 4th episode, the title of that, because that sounds intriguing. So yeah.
River Songs.
I'm not going to say anything else, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's a double bill again, isn't it? Next Sunday?
Is it?
Yeah.
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 Oh, I didn't realise it's double bill.
Yeah. Disney are like, look, just get this out the bloody door.
It does feel like that, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, so we can move on, get this whole thing behind us. Yeah.
It's only a
Adam, same question to you, dude.
Yeah, it's only 5, yeah.
Jeez.
Adam, what are your thoughts moving forward?
Yeah, I'm really hoping that just the next 2 episodes aren't just filled with too much padding, really, because I feel like, as I said, they've set the stall out. The storyline is good, but to sustain it over 5 episodes, I just feel like we're going to get a lot of relationship stuff, which I think some people will be more invested in than others. So yeah, I just hope that they can maintain this level of sort of engagement over the next 2 episodes. I agree with Matt 100%. The one thing I don't want to see is the Doctor rocking up in this at all. I'm not missing the Doctor. Like you said, 14th's out there somewhere. I don't know which would be worse, 14th or 15th turning up, but none of them. Or Jodie, none of them. I don't want to see the Doctor in this at all. I think.
What about McGann? What if McGann turned up? That stopped him there. That stopped his little train.
I can see him fitting in with it. That's the thing. That's why I stopped. Because I think, I could see McGann coming into this. But I can't see Jodie coming in and saying, I invented Wellington's me. I can go down in the sea. And I can't see, David coming in and flipping switches and being, and I can't see Shooty coming in. I've already done that impression. So I just can't see any of the recent Doctors coming in, but I can see McGann. But no, seriously, I don't want to see the Doctor in it. I want Unit to sort it. And most of all, mate, I'd like to be surprised in the direction it goes. I don't care how they do it, but so far, as much as I've enjoyed it, it has been a little bit predictable because of the nature of the storyline. It's not criticism on the way it's written or anything. It's just that we already kind of know where this series is going. The Sea Devils coming up from the sea to give us a good old telling off. We kind of know the story before it's even began, and that's all well and good, but I kind of want it to have a few twists and turns and surprise me. Do you know what I mean? That's what I was saying about how the series is going to land. Like, what direction are they going to take this in, that we're not just going to sit back and say, oh, well, I thought that's what they'd do. You know what I mean? So I'd like a few surprises thrown in, but not the Doctor.
But not the Doctor.
We don't need that class ending again. You're quite right. We don't need the Doctor rocking up and saving the day and swooshing off. I can so see Tennant doing it as well. I can so see him coming in and flicking switches. Allons-y, let's go. Oh, no.
Allons-y.
No, we don't want that.
I'll read you, dude. Yeah, fair point. Harry, lastly to you, bud. Thoughts?
Yeah, well, Adam, you took the words right out of my mouth, because that's exactly what I want to see as well. I want to see an unexpected... I want to be surprised, basically, is what I'm getting at. I think The Witch of the Waterfall, I mean, I find that very hard to read. Like, I don't know, what that could possibly mean. And also Russell and Pete are writing that one, so it could be quite interesting. So yeah, no, I mean, I just like the fact that we have no idea how this is going to end, and I'm looking forward to hopefully being surprised. I think that's kind of my biggest wish. That and no fishy business between Salt and Barclay, please. I think that's probably the thing. I don't want to see any of that weird, strange romance. But there's probably going to, there definitely is going to be more of that. That's the direction they're heading in. We'll see how that pans out. We'll see if it sticks the landing. I mean, it started off really strong, so I hope that it maintains that sort of towards the end. I hope it's a steady wave along the seashore. We'll have to see.
Tell you what, you could say. You could say that Kate and Ibrahim's relationship is one thing, but Salt and Barclay's is a complete different kettle of fish.
Oh, yes! Brilliant.
How long have you been storing that up?
He saved that one.
You said something earlier, and I was like, "Oh, you could have used it. I'm going to use it later."
Very tentacle.
Legend.
Very tentacle.
Oh.
That nice. Alrighty. On that very fishy note, thank you very much, dear listener, for listening to our thoughts on the first 2 episodes of The War Between the Land and the Sea. Tune in next month, where we will give you our thoughts on the remaining episodes and our thoughts on this mini-series as a whole, etc. But for now, fellow roundtablers, I think that's a good time to stick a pin in the December roundtable. Thank you so much for sticking around, dear listener, for this Summer Roundtable. I was joined by Maria, Harry, Matt and Adam, the Geek's Handbag, to talk about the war between the land and the sea and our pleasant surprise, it seems, at the reasonably strong start that this mini-series has got off to, which is cool. Maria, thank you very much for another Roundtable, Mrs. Regular.
Thank you, Gary. It's been brilliant.
Indeedy, thank you. Harry, thank you as always, dude, for your thoughts and everything.
Thank you, Gary. Merry Christmas, one and all. And I'm off to play Doctor Who in the Rebels Gamble.
Very nice. Matt, thank you very much, dude.
Thank you very much for having me, as always. And Merry Christmas to everyone and everyone at home.
Oh, and Adam, Mr. Co-host. Cheers, dude. Your thoughts have been just amazing, as always, as we expected they would be.
Mate, it's been great to jump on with our team and have a good old chin wag. I can't wait to see how this all wraps up. So it'll be interesting to get back together and when it's all done and see how the dust settles.
Indeedy, yes. Indeedy. So in the meantime, as I said earlier, make sure you're following or subscribing to the podcast in your preferred podcast app of choice so you don't miss all these episodes. And you can check out all of the articles and reviews from this lot over on the website bigblueboxpodcast.co.uk. You can link off there to the socials and the Discord as well. And for the final time, don't forget to remember to check out Adam's channel on YouTube, The Geek's Handbag, once more.
Yes.
Until next time, my name's Gary.
My name's Maria. Merry Christmas, everybody.
My name's Matt.
My name's Adam. Merry Christmas, everyone.
My name's Harry. Happy New Year.
And remember, Merry Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho.